My name is Sherry, and I have seen the sunrise for 67 years of life. I have danced through joy, weathered storms, and learned to cherish the simple things. You see, I was lucky enough to share most of those years with my husband, who was a gem of a person. We had a good run, full of laughter, love, and all that mushy stuff before he left my side. But hey, life moves on, right? Now, I'm living alone in our place, not too far from my son George's house. George has a family of his own, a wife, Liv, and a 10-year-old whirlwind named Ben. I believe in letting folks spread their wings, so George's got his own space. Now, let me talk about Ben. Oh boy, that kid is something else. The day Ben popped into this world, it was like a switch flipped. Suddenly, life was all rainbows and glitter again. I held that squishy little thing and thought, well, aren't you a game changer? Little did I know this kid would fill my home with so much laughter. We were a happy family. Sunday brunches were our thing. Liv would whip up pancakes that could rival a five-star joint, and George, well, he had the coffee game on lock. We would sit around the table sipping joe, stuffing our faces and just shooting the breeze. It was the kind of simple happiness that you don't realize you're going to miss until it's gone. Ben was gearing up for starting a new grade. I had made him a promise. New school supplies on the house. There is something about picking up pens, notebooks, and backpacks that gives me a kick. Being an old lady, my thrills don't come from wild adventures, but from the simple joy of making someone smile. I loved giving Ben presents, not just because I could, but because an old woman's got to have some fun with her money, right? Seeing his eyes light up when he unwrapped a little surprise was like hitting the jackpot for me. It was not about the fancy stuff. It was about the excitement, the anticipation of something new. I had promised Ben I would go to the store with him myself, but I wasn't feeling well, so I dropped the money at his house so he could go shopping with his parents. 1 week later, I got a call from Ben. "Hey, Grandma!" "Well, hello there, little munchkin. How's it going?" "I missed you today. I'm sorry we had to cancel our brunch." "Oh, sweetheart, I missed you too. But your dad treated you right. What did you guys end up doing?" "Yeah, he took me to the Cheesecake Factory instead. I wish you were here." "Next Sunday, same time, we will make up for it, okay?" "That sounds awesome, Grandma. School's about to start and I'm kind of nervous." "Nervous? You are going to rock it, Ben. A new grade is a new adventure. You will make new friends, learn cool stuff, and who knows, maybe even find a secret passage to the cafeteria." "Yeah, that would be cool. I wanted to actually ask you something. School starts in a week and I need to get my books and school supplies. My friend got this super cool backpack and I was hoping I could get one too." "Well, I wish I could go there with you myself, but you know I can't." "But your parents will make sure you go to school in style." "Yeah, but what about the $2,000 you promised me? I think you forgot to send me the money." "Oh, sweetheart, I think there has been a misunderstanding. I dropped an envelope at your place just last week. Maybe talk to your mom about it." "I did, Grandma. I don't think she received it." "Oh, no. Well, I will have a talk with your parents about it. We will get it sorted out." "Thanks, Grandma. I had personally dropped that envelope at George's place last week. George and Ben were out on some adventure at the park. I did not stay long, just enough to hand over the goods and exchange a few laughs with Liv. I made sure the money reached Ben. It was a promise I intended to keep. When Ben mentioned not receiving it, I could not help but wonder. Liv had the envelope. Maybe she misplaced it or it slipped her mind. Life gets busy, so I decided to call Liv. "Hey, Liv, you got a second? Hope I'm not interrupting." "Not at all, Sherry. What's up?" Well, Ben must have mentioned the money I promised him. Yeah, he told me. It's cool, Sherry. We are not on a tight budget or anything. If you can't spare the money, George can manage to get him the stuff he needs. What do you mean? Did you lose the envelope or something? What envelope, Sherry? The one I dropped at your place last week. Sherry, you must be kidding me. You did not drop any envelope at my place. But I did. George and Ben were off having fun at the park, and you were home alone. I barely stayed for 5 minutes, but I made sure you had the money. Sherry, I'm sorry, but I think it's all in your head. Didn't you start on that new medication for your migraines? Maybe the meds are messing with your head. Maybe you should talk to your doctor. I really don't remember any envelope, and I don't want you getting worked up over something that might not have happened. Liv, I distinctly remember giving it to you. Something is not right here. Let us be real here. You are getting older, and sometimes memory slips happen. Maybe you were confusing things. Let it go. Maybe you dropped it somewhere else, or I don't know. I've got things to do. Let us not make this a big deal. I could not shake off the feeling that something was off about the whole envelope saga. I mean, Liv insisting it never happened? It seemed impossible. Why lie about such a simple thing? Then it hit me. Maybe she lost it and did not want everyone to know she goofed up and blame her? People do that, right? The thing is, I'm certain I dropped off that envelope. I don't usually do e-transfers. But this time I sent the money straight to George's account. I had to make sure Ben got what he needed for school. A promise is a promise. But I needed to get to the bottom of this, so while I went to brunch the next Sunday, I brought up the topic again. Grandma, thanks for the cash. I will show you what I got after we finish eating. Ben, remember to chew with your mouth closed. You are a big boy now. Haven't I taught you table manners? George, I've been waiting to talk about this. I'm sure Liv filled you in. Yeah, Mom, I'm concerned. You've been forgetting things. Maybe it's a good idea to talk to your doctor. I could go with you. Can't you guys understand? I didn't make up a story. I remember it clearly, George. Have you ever known me to make such a big mistake? $2,000 does not just grow on trees. The money's gone. But at least I need to know what happened. Sherry, are you suggesting I'm a thief? Come on, hon. Let us not take it that far. Can we just finish eating? Liv, I'm not saying you stole anything, but that money vanished, and I am certain I gave it to you. I just want to understand what went wrong. Sherry, I've said it before. I didn't get any envelope. Mom, let's not let this ruin dinner. We'll sort it out later. After we had our food, I accompanied Ben to his room, and he eagerly showed me all the stuff he got for school. It warmed my heart to see him so excited, and I could not help but feel a sense of joy knowing I could do something special for him. However, as happy as I was, thoughts about Liv lingered in the back of my mind. Why was she deflecting, making it sound like I was blaming her for something? I never accused her of stealing. Hey, Ben, about what we talked about earlier, I just want to make sure you know everything is good between us. It was just a little mix-up. I don't think your mom's up to anything sneaky. No worries, Grandma. I know Mom's not stealing or anything. She usually asks me when she needs money. Thieves don't do that. What do you mean? Your mom asks you for money? Well, sometimes Mom needs some extra cash, so she asks me and I give her the money you give me. Oh, I had no idea. Yeah, it's like our little secret. Just promise you won't spill, okay? I trust you. Absolutely. By the way, what happened with the money I gave you for the PlayStation last month? Did Mom use that too? Is that why you did not buy it? Nah, she didn't touch that, but it was not enough. What do you mean? I checked online and threw in some extra bucks. No disrespect, Grandma, but $200 were not cutting it for the PlayStation. I was scratching my head about this whole money mystery. I sent Ben $600 last month, and he was telling me he only got $200? Something did not add up. I had handed the money to Liv, just like I always did. But was she pocketing the extra cash? It made no sense. George and Liv were not struggling for money. They were well off. Liv paraded around in those designer clothes and bags you see in fancy stores. Why on earth would she swipe money meant for her own kid? The confusion was too much for me to take in. I did not bring it up right away because I needed to make sure I had my facts straight. So I just went home without saying a word, keeping everything normal on the surface. I decided it was time for a heart-to-heart with Liv. I did not want to blow things out of proportion. Maybe there was a simple explanation. I mean, we all make mistakes, right? There could be a valid reason for what was going on, and I did not want to embarrass her. After all, she was a mother to a young child, and there is no room for unnecessary drama or hatred in family matters. I just wanted to sit down, have an open conversation, and hear the truth. People stumble sometimes and make mistakes. It does not matter if they're 10 or 50. It doesn't necessarily mean they have a bad heart. It was a regular weekday. Ben had started with his new grade and George was at work. So I decided to pay Liv a visit. "Sherry, what are you doing here?" "Just a quick chat, Liv. Will not take much of your time." "All right." So Ben mentioned something that has been on my mind. He claimed he only got $200 for the PlayStation last month, but I distinctly sent $600. I gave you the money. "Oh, Sherry, can't you just drop it? If giving my son money bothers you so much, maybe don't give it to him in the first place." "It's not about that. I can't ignore it when I feel something's off. Look, I have noticed a pattern, Liv. I give you money and Ben ends up with less than what I sent, and this time he got none of it." "You are making up stories, Sherry, and really trying to say that I have been stealing? That's low." "I don't want to accuse you, Liv. I just need to understand. Is everything okay with you? How's George treating you?" "Stop right there. You think you know me inside out, entering my home accusing me of theft? I'm done with this, Sherry." "Liv, just listen. People make mistakes. Maybe there's a reason behind why you are doing this." "Oh, the wise Sherry, always trying to be the bigger person, hoping I will confess to whatever you think I did. Fine, yes, I've been taking the money. I want nice things for myself. It is that simple. It's not about George treating me poorly. I just want more. Your broke son can't afford expensive things for me. All my friends show off their fancy bags and clothes. On my birthday, all I got was roses, a card, and some stupid cheap heels." "Liv, you're talking like a kid. Why compare yourself to your friends?" "I don't care if I sound childish. I did the whole relationship, marriage, and baby thing with George. It is not for me. I don't even think I love George in the first place. I don't care about him or what he thinks. I'm just with him because I have nowhere else to go. My parents hate me, and George is giving me a free house, food, and occasional gifts. And the best part is I don't have to work a single day. I'm going to use every last penny that he has till my last breath." "I can't believe it. How can you be so selfish? My son has done everything he can for you. He looked after you, never pushed you to work, took you on trips, secured this lovely house, and emotionally supported you throughout. I know the kind of person I raised. Maybe that's not enough. Stop meddling, Sherry. George is in love with me. He will believe anything I say. I can take as much money as I want. No one will believe an old hag like you. Maybe I'll suggest putting you in a retirement home. Honestly, I wish you were dead because you have always gotten on my nerves. Now get the hell out of my house." I could not believe how wrong I was about Liv. I thought she was going through a tough time, but it turned out she had no respect for my son, George, or their marriage. It felt terrible, and it was not just about the money she took. Liv seemed like a real threat to my son's happiness. I felt stuck, torn between wanting to protect George and not wanting to cause trouble. Ben, my grandson, added another layer of complexity. I could have told George everything right away, but I needed him to believe me, and I did not want to jeopardize his relationship with Ben. Liv's behavior was bizarre after that confrontation. In public she acted all friendly, but when we were alone, she would roll her eyes and make nasty faces at me. It was like she hated me. George was completely under her spell, and that worried me. So I decided to come up with a plan, something that George could not ignore. Liv's charade needed to end, and I had to make George see the truth for himself. I hatched a perfect plan, thinking it was time Liv faced the consequences. I had earlier promised her a precious piece from my vintage jewelry collection, something she had eagerly anticipated. Given all the drama that unfolded, I decided to call her to my place and break the news that she would not be getting anything after all, just to get a reaction out of her. Knowing Liv would not want to confront me face to face, I sent her a carefully crafted text, one that would pique her curiosity and lure her in. I wanted her to walk right into the trap I was setting. "Hey, Liv, I wanted you to come over to my house tomorrow alone." "Sorry, I'm not interested." "It's about the necklace." "Oh, what about it?" "My place is at 7 p.m. tomorrow." "See you tomorrow." I nailed the first part of the plan, getting Liv to accept the invitation to my place. Then it was time for the second part, calling George. "Hey, George, how's it going?" "Not bad, Ma. Is everything okay with you?" Yeah, all good. Listen, there's something on my mind and I need to talk to you about it. Are you alone right now?" "Yeah, I am by myself. What's up?" "Well, it's about Liv." "Liv? What's going on?" "I can't really spill it all over the phone. It is kind of complicated." "Complicated? Mom, you're making me nervous. What's happening?" I know. I hate to drop this bomb on you, but we need to deal with it in person. Can you come over to my place tomorrow at 6:30 p.m.? There are things I need to explain, and you need to see for yourself." "Mom, just tell me now. Is it about the money again? If it is more than that, George. Just trust me, okay?" "Fine, Mom. I'll be there tomorrow at 6:30, but you have to give me a hint here. I don't want to be acting weird around Liv." "I wish I could, son. Just be there, and we will figure this out together. Please don't tell Liv about this." "Sure, Mom." So everything was set. I spent a restless night wondering if I was making the right call or going too far. My plan was simple. George would hide in my closet, listening to our talk and figuring things out himself. Recording Liv seemed too tricky, and having George there felt like a better move. The next day came and George knocked on my door a bit before 6:30. I welcomed him in, feeling the tension thick in the air. "Well, I want you to hide in the closet before Liv arrives." "What the hell? Liv's coming too?" "Yes, she is. Now listen, George, you need to trust me on this. Liv has been stealing, not just the $2,000, but also the money I've been giving Ben. But it does not stop there. I had a conversation with her the other day, and, well, I do not want to break your heart, son, but she doesn't care about you. She's not a good woman." "Come on, Mom. Don't say that. I think you're taking things too far. I'm going home." "George, that's why I asked you to meet me in person. I knew you would not believe me. Now get in the closet. It is just a few more minutes. If you hear her say something weird, we have got all the proof we need. If not, come out after she leaves. You can be mad at me later, but please just give this a shot." George gave me a defeated look. The doorbell rang a few minutes later, and he reluctantly slipped into the closet. I answered the door to find Liv and brought her into my room. "So, what have we got in here? Am I finally getting the necklace?" "Hold on, I brought you here to say that it is not yours." "Seriously? You said I would get it on our anniversary after you got it polished." "Yeah, And you still expected me to give you the necklace after you declared your marriage means nothing to you? Oh, come on now, Sherry. I'm going to admit I meant what I said, but it is not like I'm going to get a divorce from George. Where will I go? Who's going to look after me? George might be a dummy and a huge loser, but he has some advantages. You are not going to get rid of me, Sherry. I'm always going to be your daughter-in-law. Who knew opening that envelope and stealing the money would be like Pandora's box for me, but here we are. I have another piece of news for you. I talked to my lawyer to change my will after that little conversation you and I had the other day. You will not be getting a single penny from me now. You have already stolen enough. Wow, really? But I think it slipped your mind that your foolish son is still going to treat me with the money you leave for him. It is a win-win situation for me anyway. I have had enough of you. I think I'm going to talk to George about putting you away in a retirement home. She's not going anywhere. Liv and I were so engrossed in our conversation that neither of us noticed when George stepped out of the closet. Liv's face turned pale, and a visible nervousness washed over her. The shock was evident in her expression. Honey, what are you doing here? This is not what it looks like. Spare me, Liv. I overheard everything I needed to hear. Initially, I thought I would be upset, but on reflection, I see the selfishness, especially with Ben in the mix. Then it hit me. I was in the closet and I pulled out my phone to record your conversation. It might come in handy when I take this to court. Smart move, son. George, please, I don't know what got into me. I love you. If we divorce, where will I go? What about Ben? He'll be devastated. I can't pretend everything is fine every day. Plus, you are a bad influence on Ben. What am I supposed to say to him? How can I trust him with someone like you? George, you need to think about what's best for Ben. Mom, I'm sorry for not believing you. Liv, I have given my all for us, hoping for a bit of love in return. Frankly, I'm quite disappointed. But get one thing straight. This marriage is over. George, I can explain. Please, your mother's clearly the problem here. She set up a trap for me and I fell right into it. It's not my fault. I think it is time for you to get the hell out of my house, Liv. Today is a special day as my son, George, has won custody of Ben. It makes me wonder what might have happened if I had not pursued the money issue with Liv. George decided to divorce Liv after all, but seeing George's victory in court, I am glad I took a stand. The court saw Liv as unreliable, granting George custody and limiting Liv's visitation rights. It was not just about the money, it was about ensuring Ben's future was not negatively influenced. We sat Ben down and explained the situation without revealing the harsh truth about his mother. Surprisingly, he is handling it well, showing remarkable maturity for a young boy his age. George, on the path to healing, has been through a tough journey. I'm going to be there for George and Ben for as long as they need me. Liv is the same old person, and she attempts to make calls to George, playing the victim card, asking him to show her some mercy, but none of that is working. I guess all that went down turned out for the better, and my only wish is that my family finds love again.